Hi there, I'm Chris Crescent.
I'm Jasmine.
Welcome to Late Listening.
We're talking about the song Tripoli by Pinback.
Yes, and we won't be playing any clips, so we'd like to ask you to pause the video and go ahead and go listen to the song. Whether you've heard it before, whether you've never heard it before, or you've heard it 100 times, take a moment, go listen to it, and then meet us back here for our discussion. All right, welcome back. So, Tripoli.
Yes.
What does it mean, Tripoli?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I did a little search and I found out that Tripoli is the capital city of Libya.
Okay.
Tripoli is also a lot of different cities. There's a city in Greece. There's Tripolis in the United States. I don't know why this song is called Tripoli. And I read a thing where the members of Pinback were talking about they threw darts at a world map, and that's how they named several of their songs.
Yeah.
So maybe this was one of them?
Just pointless to wonder about.
Pointless or fun to think about.
Yeah. Well, to me, I don't really think about the meanings too much, I guess, because when I listen to the songs in English, like I can't really catch the lyrics to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So titles and everything, sometimes when I really think about it, I guess it makes sense, but
Yeah.
it's not my nature to think like, I wonder, what it means.
Yeah. I always wonder what it means, but in the case of Pinback, it's often hard to tell. Especially the titles of the songs are very mysterious. So, all right. We don't know what Tripoli means, but let's move on to when you listen to this song. What's the first impression, or what's the kind of the vibe that you get?
Yeah, we kind of had a different impression, right?
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah, so to me, this song sounds very like melancholy, nostalgic, kind of sad, kind of heartbroken almost,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of thing is my favorite always.
Yeah.
A little bit sad.
A little bit sad.
Yeah.
Melancholy, yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
Well, see, that was the thing, was when we were talking about that, I didn't really get that. It's not like I thought it was such a happy song. But at the same time, Pinback's first album, this song is a good example of the kind of music that's on the record, because it's slower, the tempo is slower, it's very relaxed, the vocal delivery is relaxed, it's just I always got this kind of chill vibe from it. It wasn't happy, it wasn't particularly sad, it was almost kind of like ennui, like numbness, it was just kind of like, they're just floating along, just everything's cool, man, But then the more I listen to it, I can see there is a sadness there, and the lyrics are a bit dark. But I never really got the melancholy vibe so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess, like, again, you have to realize, like, I can't, like, decide, this song is a happy song or unhappy song, because I don't rely on the words. This is purely just a sound to me.
Right.
So, you always, if it's in English, then you decide, this is about the sad story.
Yeah.
Or, happy story. And sometimes you get pulled into that, to the words.
Sure.
Rather than the pure music side. So yeah, I'm not like caring about words at all. And
yeah,
and also this song kind of made me think of like 80s or 90s for some reason to me, and I guess that's where the nostalgia comes in, and to me, like, it kind of brings me back there.
Yeah.
And I thought of, like, when I really, like, listened to this music, and when I studied, like, I tried to really pay attention.
Yeah.
Then I thought of, like, those like like TV screen, like a low quality TV screen that we grew up on.
Sure.
And like pixels
the big square TVs.
Yeah, square, fat TVs.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
Not this way.
Right.
And and then like the original Nintendo, like that kind of like real simple graphic. For some reason, I associate it with that. This like with this sound.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the nerdiness of the recording, but they recorded it in the bassist's bedroom, I believe, on a computer. At the end of the 90s, which at that time, bedroom recording really wasn't being done much, unless you had like a 4-track or something like that. But on computer, it really wasn't being done.
Yeah.
So it has a kind of a really unique sound to it. And even now, it does kind of take you back to, yeah, I think there's some elements there. I can see that.
Yeah, and then what was like really good for me, like what worked for me when I was thinking those things as I was listening, like at the end, it ends with those...
Oh yeah, the static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if the TV just kind of turned off. And
the static. We don't see that anymore. Now it's a blue screen or a black screen, but it's
right. So that was
in the old days. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. Like, oh hey, like what I imagined like kind of made sense at the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it ends with the last few seconds of the song have kind of there's a crackling of vinyl. And then the static comes in.
Yeah.
So I think obviously they put it in there on purpose to kind of, throw back to that. It's made on a computer, but it's like they're throwing in vinyl sounds and static and yeah, it's interesting. I think that the way this song is put together is very fascinating. I've listened to this song many, many times over years. I mean, I followed Pinback from the beginning, and it's so interesting how it all fits together. And that's pretty much every Pinback song. I mean, every Pinback song is very intricate and they have many layers going on, but this song especially has that going on. With the... I mean, it's simple. It's bass guitar and 2 voices and a drum machine, but it's so intricate. It's just so perfectly put together. I love that.
Yeah. I like... It's the fun thing about this song is that layers. Like I really do think that too. Like it gets added. Like even like in a chorus, like the first time the chorus goes, it's like a suggestion. Like this is like this is what we want to say. Like this one thing, and then the second time of the chorus, followed directly, by the first. The first time, and then the second time they repeat the same thing, same melody, right?
Right, and the same lyrics, really. They're looping,
yeah, right. And then the second time, like another layer gets added, and what's amazing is that it's like the verse melody gets added
to the chorus.
Yeah.
Toward the end.
Yeah, and it's really, it's very unique, I think.
That's true. We should talk more about that. When we can take a look on the piano and kind of look at what's going on there.
I just want to say, like, I will, touch some chords, but I'm not entirely sure if this is really correct. I'm just guessing. So I probably will drop a few notes here and there or chords, like incorrect chords, but we're going to talk about the general flow of the song. So
all right, so that's the official disclaimer. We may be completely off. You can attack us in the comments if you feel the need. But anyway, when you first listen to the song, basically the opening riff, all done completely on the bass guitar, you said it's kind of melancholy, and I said, well, it's kind of chill, and I didn't really get like a dark vibe from that. Show me what's going on.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty much like this kind of movement and that kind of move, and this sound.
Okay.
This is B minor.
B minor,
so
sure,
yeah. And then this is a major.
That's A.
Yeah. This is also.
Yeah.
This is major.
So most of it is major, or it's like half and half.
This is questionable.
Questionable. Yeah, it's got that.
This is definitely minor.
It sounded kind of dissonant, and I would say maybe minor. If I just heard that chord, I'd say like it has minor elements, but
Yeah.
I mean I'm not
But it resolves in major.
It resolves in major.
But it starts with this like which I love this chord. And then it comes back to this,
Yeah.
This is just amazing. And then we thought that the verse and the chorus pretty much the chord doesn't change.
Right.
Chord progression.
Yes.
That is.
We're kind of realizing that.
Yeah. So it's but then what changes in the chorus, like, ooh,
Yeah.
that sound.
He starts howling. Yeah.
They put this sound. This is sevenths, right?
Okay.
So by adding the sevenths, it just really shifts here. Even though basically the same chord
Yeah.
versus the chorus.
Yeah. Sad, I'm gonna
And
die.
they put this A as the very top.
Yeah.
So this is very standing out, So this is just, it grabs my heart, It's just really.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the fact that they recorded on a computer and it's kind of like a little bit lo-fi, but also, like you mentioned before, that the bass guitar kind of sounds like a banjo.
Yeah.
Like you're like, it sounds like a banjo. It has that weird,
does.
they're running it through some kind of pedal or something that's making it, it's almost like a muted guitar or some muted bass. But when you play it out on the piano like this, it sounds much more melancholy.
Yeah, this
Very beautiful and
versus.
yeah.
It just like puts that like another layer of this like flowers, like a sepia color flower, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also it's kind of reaching,
beautiful.
like yeah.
I love it.
Well, I never thought this song was particularly dark, but I never thought it was too happy. It's almost kind of hopeful. Like the chorus has that, it's of course he's saying sad, I'm gonna die, hope it's gonna happen later, but everyone's gonna die. I'm sorry to say that, but it's a fact of life. But hope it's gonna happen later. Hope.
Yeah.
There's a hope, and he sings it so beautifully. He sings it's ascending.
Yeah.
And then you said that high A.
Yeah.
Maybe there is some hope in there. You know?
See, that makes it even sadder. Do you know what I mean? One in a sad situation, and if you carry a hope, that makes it even sadder.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Japanese wabi-sabi thing. It's kind of like, yes, it's like, things are dying, like nothing is permanent kind of idea. And then like, yes, like there's a next step to go, even if this flower's dying right now or something. But that makes it, I guess, beautiful, and that makes you kind of cry.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful, but it's also at the same time hopeful and very, very sad.
Yeah. Well, again, the sad I'm gonna die. I mean, it's hopeful because it's gonna happen later, but I mean, wabi-sabi. It's a one-time deal. It's life is fleeting, and hopeful or not, we all have to face the darkness, don't we? I hope we didn't just like make everybody, cry. Sorry if you're crying out there in YouTube land.
Yeah, but anyway, like the chorus really shifts, even though like it's basically the same as a verse.
Yeah.
That's why they put the verse layer in the fuller second chorus.
Yes.
But it makes a little more.
It pulls it out a little more. It makes it it's kind of more like enhanced epic. Yeah.
I like how in the chorus this because seven's added, like it's clearly it shifts, but then again the second time becomes even fuller, and the full sound of this song.
The second chorus.
Yeah. And it's just I enjoy that very much. I guess that the more that these like step and this kind of blooms,
and then it kind of blooms. Yeah. It's sort of a mini catharsis or something.
Yeah.
It's funny because I've always thought of this song as so laid back, but then at the same time it does have that kind of a catharsis to it. It does really, like you said, bloom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go back, continue talking a little more. So now let's talk about the rhythm of the song. This song is basically held together with basically just a bass line and a drum machine, and then the guitar and two vocal parts are coming in on top of it. But the majority is the bass line and the drum machine. So you mentioned that the rhythm is kind of unique. It's kind of like held back a little bit.
Yeah, when I was paying attention to the bass, da 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 da, that part, like, it's a little like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's more like a child playing an instrument, like da 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 da, like one major each, like that kind of thing happens when you don't really see the music as from far. When you're a child, you kind of like get trapped into like I have to play well, and then one major by one major.
You're careful, very carefully.
Yeah, it doesn't flow much.
Sure.
I feel like that kind of thing, or I guess I could describe it as like a kind of like a robot, like do 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 do, like very like cookie cutter like, I guess.
Yeah.
So that to me kind of holds it back a little bit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go forward, which music, in my opinion, should go forward.
Yeah.
Proceed. So that's why I describe it as stepping in one place.
Yeah.
Don't go forward.
Yeah. I see. You're just marching in one place.
Yeah. However, this works for this song because this song is really amazing and unique. So I don't expect it to be like it should be going forward, and it should be.
Yeah. Well, I think that might be why I thought it was really chill and kind of. This song has a quality where, in my opinion, you listen to it late at night and you feel kind of introspective, and it kind of makes you think. It kind of has like a, you're like looking within yourself almost. But you can also put it on, on your morning drive to work, and it like sets like a chill mood for the day. You're kind of relaxed. It's one of those kind of songs, and Pinback is sort of like that in general. It's like whatever mood you're in, it kind of like fits somehow. And so when I listen to that interesting bass line, and then those beautiful vocal melodies on top of it, it can do a lot of different things. But I think the main thing, they're kind of holding back. The vocal delivery too is really kind of laid back.
Well, yeah, I mean I suppose that goes with like not being nostalgic and melancholy. You're kind of pulled back by the past.
Yeah.
You don't want to go for it.
Sure. That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to let that go. Kind of feeling.
Right. So now I'd like to talk about the lyrics of Tripoli. This is the CD single there. I don't know if you can see the track list on the back. And this is a Pinback CD single. I spent some time trying to figure out the lyrics, and that's always a hopeless activity, Who knows what it's really about? But the lyrics are very kind of intriguing. They're really simple. It's something that almost like you would have in a daily conversation. It's not really poetic. It's also a little weird. But anyway, the very first line, Zach, the bassist, is saying, "Did I forget that I said to you that I'd be there?" This is something that I can relate to because this is a thought that would run through my head. Did I forget that I said to you that I would be there?
So like is he like doubting that he whether he forgot the fact that he said this to you.
Right.
Okay. It's not like you forgetting.
No, he's.
Did you forget what I said?
This is how
kind
I.
of thing?
This is how I take the first couple lines of this song. Is, he's talking to himself, or this is a thought that's running through his head. Did I forget that I said to you that I would be there? He's like talking to himself, you know, like, oh my god.
This is so weird. Like if you forgot, like you don't even ask, like, did I forget? You know what I mean? Like if you forgot.
I do. I do.
Okay.
I just imagine this like absent-minded guy kind of like walking
really
along, and he's
sad.
like, did I forget that I said to you that I would be there? And then when Rob comes in, he says, no one would believe me and no one cared to check it out. Meaning, I think, that he's a very unreliable guy. Even if I admit that I forgot, no one's gonna believe me, and no one would even check with me. They would just assume that I was flaking off, that I didn't care.
It doesn't really even matter.
It does just.
This is really making me sad. Like I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Feeling kind of awkward now.
Oh well, it's. Yeah, I mean it's. Yeah, as you said, it's melancholy music.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen. He's gonna go down. He's gonna come back again. So, I assume this is connected to the "Did I forget that I said to you that I would be there?" Because I'm not there, but he's gonna go down, and he's gonna come back again. He's probably gonna be mad.
Oh, when I just heard that, I felt like that's another him, another I.
You mean
He'd be so frustrated with himself. He's gonna go down.
Oh, I see. I was thinking it was the other person. You know, like I know it's a different singer. You know, they're both singing these lines separately, but
Because this sounds kind of neurotic.
yeah, well, that's what I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit neurotic. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, like
no, I completely agree.
I wonder, you know, because we all have different selves, and like, it sounds like he can't forgive himself.
Right, exactly.
Because
I'm getting that.
he might
completely.
have forgotten something that he shouldn't have forgotten, but then at the same time, no one's gonna care, which is really sad. And you know, so like, he's just gonna go down. That he takes that road again.
Yeah, well, and that could also be like it's gonna happen again. You know, this is gonna keep happening to me because I'm this, you know, kind of a absent-minded guy. And then the line of the song that a lot of people are interpreting in a lot of different ways, which is sad I'm gonna die, hope it's gonna happen later than I think. So he's thinking these thoughts. He's thinking, you know, did I forget that I said this thing? You know, no one would believe me anyway. And then he's kind of thinking like, I'm sad, I'm gonna die. I hope it's gonna happen later than I think. Because I messed up all of these things. And I just, you know, I hope I have time to kind of like make things right. And then the weirdest of the weird part comes in at the very end. He says, Rob says, they'll tie me up and send me off to set me off on someone's lawn. You know, he's gonna get in trouble. He's going to be maybe sent off. He's going to be kicked out of the friend group or, you know, something like that. But then to set me off on someone's lawn, the only thing I could think about this was fireworks. So is like, and then he's sad he's going to die. Is he going to be, are his ashes going to be shot off as a firework on someone's lawn? Is that what I'm thinking? That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God. No. Yeah.
No.
I mean, like...
what does it mean? What does it mean?
The firework.
Firework, yes. To set me off on someone's lawn. It's like, it sounds like fireworks. I can't think of anything other... I mean, unless it's just completely surreal.
I don't know. I don't know if he... Like, I don't know. They probably just put that line just...
But this is their first record. The first song on the first record. I feel like the lyrics probably mean something to them more than just putting lines.
Yeah, sure, I can see that.
I mean, there is something going on here. I think it's just more of like a regretful moment in someone's life, and then sort of this surreal, you know, shoot my ashes off the lawn and a bottle rocket or something like that, to kind of cap it and make it weird, because Pinback likes to be weird, and that's why we like Pinback. Anyway. Yeah. That's my lyrical interpretation. I don't know what grade I get on that, but anyway. That's all for my book report.
Okay.
All right, that's about all we've got. We'd like to recommend Pinback. If you've never heard Pinback before, listen to the song Tripoli, at least. Tripoli, the first track on Pinback's self-titled record. It's called Pinback, or it's called possibly This Is a Pinback CD, and came out in 1999. We love Pinback.
We do.
And we'd love to hear from you. This is our first video, and we hope to make more conversations about music, conversations about songs. If you'd like to join those conversations, we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
See you again.